usually were caught in years past that it dropped in. So infield wise, we were pretty solid. We didn't make it that many errors, just kind of a routine ball. It hangs in the air forever. And, it's a hit. And now the pitcher's got to throw another one, So we make routine plays like that, and I think we should be all right.
I think sometimes it's the hardest thing to make players understand that you can, even when you have an error or whatever, and you end up getting out of the inning, like, well, it didn't cost us, but we added 17 pitches or we added 22 pitches to get out of that inning. Like, those things add up over a course of a game and a course of a season.
Add a lot, on your pitching staff.
You brought a group with you here. Tell me about this group of why you brought them here to Media Day and what they've kind of meant to your program.
This is our upperclassmen. So it's their, we're going to go as they go this year. So we got 3 seniors and then 2 juniors we brought with us. And like I said, it's their kind of show to run this year, and they're to lead us, and we're going to see how far they can take us.
Well, that's always a good thing. And it's like we said, it's a district that is always the toughest. You get Davis County, who's kind of not only been the power in the 3rd region, but also in Western Kentucky and throughout the state. Catholic with its tradition that it has on the softball side. Is this a team that if they do things the right way and things catch a break here or there, can be playing in that regional tournament and maybe even in a regional final?
Yeah, I believe so. Like I said, we've been really close the last couple of years, a couple of bad pitches here and there, or a call by me that maybe I should have called a different pitch or made a different assignment or decision. But we put a good game together. We should for sure be able to go to regionals and compete for a regional championship. You talk about you got 2 more years there. We'll see if that's true, but just talk about what it's been like coaching there at Apollo and what it's meant. Did you guys also get an upgrade in the facility? Did your turf get put in on the softball? Is that still under? Because Davis County had to wait. You got. I know that all has to be done together. It's all together, and I think everybody's kind of stepping around a little bit. The state needs to step up and be like, "Hey, here's your ground," because it's just some paperwork that Davis County Public Schools gave them that ground to build the community college, and never transferred it back correctly or something, and they need to get that done. It's on the state to do it, and we can be playing a couple days after it snows instead of waiting a month. So the state needs to step up and take care of the Davis County Public Schools for a change.
Yeah, because the way it works, I don't know if people know, like if you do one thing at one school, you have to do it the other. So they can't finish, even though you guys got approved for it, they can't finish yours until they can do Davis County's. Is that how that works?
So
yeah, it's always
kind of a waiting game right now.
Well, after the snow, I bet we could be out there practicing already. Do you get to use the baseball field at all? Do you go out there and take fielders at all? Or
I haven't, because we had the football field too.
Okay, I forgot about the football field.
It. Yep. But if it gets to that point, I'm sure Coach Hicks would be friendly enough to be like, "Yeah, come on over as soon as we're done." But they practice really late, and I'm kind of old. Got to get to bed.
Let's go down here to Hannah. Just slide that microphone over there in front of you, Hannah. And he's like talking about you got to go into that. There you go, right there. That way it gets you in the front end there. He talked about the 3 seniors and the 2 juniors and the upperclassmen. Talk about the relationship that you have with these upperclassmen at Apollo and just the relationship off the field and even on the field.
We're all pretty close. Like, we all hang out off of the field. And I'm pretty close with the younger girls, too. We all have a pretty good relationship going on. So.
And this offseason, what was something that you were looking at to improve on from last year that you felt like that, to help the team, I got to get better at this?
I can always improve pitching. I want to get more time in the outfield. I got a little bit time in the outfield. I really liked it. So I want to get back out there this season. And then obviously offense, you can't be good enough at offense.
For somebody that does both, plays a little outfield and pitching, how hard is it? Because, I've told the story. I was a catcher in high school and in college, and I think there was when I was 15, I got to play 1 inning at first base, and I came in the dugout and told the other catcher, get my gear off. I'm bored as heck out there. Like, when you go from pitching where you're involved in every pitch, everything, and then you go play outfield where it may go 3 innings and never ever have a ball hit to you. How tough is that mentally to stay in that game once you get out there in outfield when you've been on the mound?
Not hard, honestly. I feel like I'm more in tune whenever I'm on the mound, and then I go switch out to the outfield because it's like, you just like stay ready. It's like I just like expect it, like you just expect the ball to come to you.
Who's the funniest teammate you have? Who's the one that can crack a joke and break the tension? Who's the jokester?
Definitely Tyler. He's just a goofball. unpredictable. Don't know what's going to come out of her mouth that day. She's just wild. She's wild.
We'll get to you, Tyler, in a minute. You can defend your honor if you want to, but I'm gonna ask you the toughest question I've asked all day long. Who's the worst driver?
I was going to hope you'd ask somebody else because I thought the answer was going to be me.
Well, I mean, if you feel like you are, you can be honest.
I have a rough history, a little bit.
What does Hannah like to do to relax? I mean, is there anything else that you like to do to relax when you're not playing softball or you're not in school that you just like to do to kind of recharge your battery?
Turn on a show, just chill, hang out with.
A lot of Netflix and hanging out, huh?
Yeah.
But what's your favorite show on right now? I mean, you have a show. I mean, I'm looking for a show to watch. So do you have a show that I need to watch?
I'll watch Gilmore Girls.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Yeah, you're not gonna like it.
I don't think that's my cup of tea. But I'll give it a shot. We'll see. How
you
that
can try.
works.
You're gonna be bored.
We'll go down here to is it Liza? Is that how I pronounce it? Okay, we'll go to Liza. I want to make sure I don't want to get the name wrong. Had a really great year last year. How about 385, 1 home run, 12 RBIs? I mean, it's a really great year. Everybody wants to improve. Give me something that you didn't think you did well enough, up to your standards from last year.
I really thought that I showed out hitting because that was my biggest priority last year because I'm great on the field. I'm great behind the plate. Like, when my pitchers are on, they're on. So it makes my job easy out in that infield. So I focused on hitting. So I think that's really what shined last year, if I'm being completely honest.
How about this year? What's the point of emphasis this year? Is it just to keep maintaining where you're at?
It's just to have like a really great year all around. Like senior year is supposed to be fun, not have too much to worry about. So I'm just here to have fun, show up for my team.
What's the plan after your senior year here? Like, if I was to ask what Liza's going to be doing 5 years from now, what's kind of the golden plan so far, or the best laid plans you got at 18 years old?
So I'm actually committed to Frontier Community College.
Okay.
I'm gonna go play there for 2 years, and then hopefully I'll go play at another 4-year school, and I'll get my associate's degree. And right now it's just sports management. So that, and then wherever that takes me.
Frontier's a great school up there. Very well, right up there in the middle of the GRAC, and it's a great baseball and softball conference up there at the JUCO level. So good luck with that. Hannah said maybe she's the worst driver. Would you agree with it? Is Hannah the worst driver of the U5 up there?
I haven't drove with Hannah, and I don't think I want to now. The only people I really drove with is maybe like Tyler and Ariana, and they're both pretty fine. Okay. Tyler's a little pedal heavy, so I get scared.
There you go, the NASCAR driver of the group there. And if I, talk about the relationship. You're the 5 upperclassmen. You got 3 seniors that you've been, the other 2 seniors that you've kind of played a lot of softball with over the years. Talk about that relationship. Are you guys friends and good friends off the field, or is it more just a softball relationship?
Softball field wise, we're definitely like best friends. Off the field, we're definitely friends. Like we hang out, we all have fun, laugh together. On the field, they're definitely my sisters. Like I'll always have their back no matter what. Who's
the one that's the loud one of the group? Who's the one, like, if you guys are out together, you're like, they're going to get, and you're like, oh man, not again. Who's that person?
I'd have to say probably me or Ariana because of her laugh.
Oh, okay. All right. There you go. And before I go to Ariana, I'm going to let her defend her honor too. Like, Ariana, I mean, is she right about this? Are you kind of the one that can be loud at times?
I'm loud, but my laugh could get people going.
There you go. Talk about it.
I used to be really shy.
You're normally really shy? I have a hard time believing that. Come on now. Another great year for you last year, 362, couple home runs, 25 RBIs, once again on the ESPN Owensboro All-Area team. I mean, you've been a staple at Apollo and offensively in this area. But, if you wanted to improve on something coming into this year, what was your point of emphasis?
I wanted to get stronger, to be more consistent at the plate. My problem is I get out one time and it gets to me. And there goes the whole game. So I just want to be more consistent at the plate and get stronger doing that.
You do realize if you get out 7 out of 10 times, they put you in the Baseball Hall of Fame. You do, like the greatest hitters of all time, fail 7 out of 10 times, right?
Yeah.
Because you're a perfectionist. Is that what you're telling me?
If not, I'm hard on myself. So yeah.
This is somebody you've been playing this game for a long time. I know you're going to play in college. Where did you commit to and sign with?
Wilson.
Lindsey Wilson. I mean, they've done that great. Lindsey Wilson and Campbellsville's they've done a great job in this area of recruiting. Was that something that you wanted to get out of the way before your senior season and make sure that you committed somewhere and signed somewhere so you could just relax and enjoy your senior season? Was that part of the plan?
Not really. I think it was more of God's plan.
Mm-hmm.
And when I went, it felt like home. So I just took it.
Okay, all right. What's the plan to major in? I mean, I know it can change 100 times between now and then, but like if I was going to ask you now, what's the idea?
I want to be a therapist in juvenile jails.
Okay, you going hardcore, huh? I like that. Favorite subject in school? Math. All right.
Yeah.
You don't see that very often. Let's go down. Was Hannah right? Tyler's the funny one. Am I right on that? Would you agree
Yes,
with that?
she's the funny one.
All right. Well, let's go down here too, Tyler. You have to lean in there, Tyler. You have a chance to. I don't know if you have to defend your honor for being the funny one. I mean, I think that's part of it. I mean, would you agree with them that you'd like to crack a few jokes here and there?
Yeah.
Talk about the three seniors that you're playing with here and what they've meant to you as coming up through this Apollo program.
They definitely support you, even when you're down, and help you get back up and bring your confidence back up.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right. No problem. And what was some stuff? You last year had a really nice season too. 298 is what you hit. What was some things that you were looking to improve on this year? From last year, or at least get better at, or have a better season overall.
What Ariana said, just consistency at the plate.
Is Ariana is she a tougher critic? Like he is just as a teammate, if you were going to give her a piece of advice, you say your biggest weakness is your own toughest critic. Is she right on that?
Yeah.
Okay. And talk about Coach Julian. You've been with him for a long time now at Apollo. Talk about what he's meant to you as a baseball coach and also just as a mentor. He's not listening. Go ahead. You can be honest.
He is really
That's all right. Oh, you taught her how to drive. Working on it. Okay. All right. I like that. All right. All right. We'll let Molly jump in because I'll guarantee you Molly's got a lot to say about Coach Julian. That's all I guarantee you without a that. But coming off a year, Molly, you were 10-8 on the mound, a 2.36 ERA. You're kind of the ace coming back to the staff. How good can this team be?
I see a lot of potential. I'm really excited for this season.
Is there a hitter out there in this region that gives you more trouble than anybody else? And then probably why is that like Andy Newman with every other pitcher?
No, not really. I kind of just get my spots, and I don't know. I don't really look who's up to bat.
All right. I've got to ask you because, Coach Julian, Dad, how's that relationship and how well has he done, keeping a kind of a split thing that, there are times where you got to be dad and you can't be coach, and there's times you got to be coach and you can't be dad. Is that always a constant battle between you two, or has he done a good job, or have you also done a good job of dad and coach of keeping those lines? You tell me about the family dynamic. How's it overall, or does it swing back and forth? Sometimes it's really good split. Sometimes during the season it's not. How is that overall dynamic?
I think it's overall pretty good, but there are some moments that he does get pretty upset at me, like when I miss my spots or something like that. But overall, it's pretty good.
Does he have that look at home where you're like, that's a coach's look, like I've done something or whatever, or that's a dad look? I mean, is it that easy to tell when it's which hat's on?
I think he does pretty good at when we're on the field. He's coach.
Okay. He talked about he got 2 more years. I know, you're a junior, you got 2 more. I mean, you can still see him coaching after you're leaving, right? I mean, it's kind of in his blood and who he is, isn't it? I mean, I think wouldn't your mom be bored or be driven crazy if he's home that often?
I mean, I don't know. He's really pretty set on after senior year he's done, but
it'd be more to come and watch you play somewhere, right? Give him the freedom to come and watch you play and get to be just dad for while you're playing college softball.
Yeah.
You know, if you had your, I don't know if you've committed yet or, made an early commitment, but, what schools is that something you want to do is play at the next level or is it something that, you're just kind of waiting to see what happens?
I'm kind of waiting to see what happens. I have looked at Frontier a little bit, but other than that, I'm just seeing what's in God's plan.
I'll go back to Coach Julian here, and because I asked her the same thing. But you've coached her for a long time. As a dad and as a coach, is that something you work hard on to kind of keep lines separate, or is it just kind of you're so used to it, it just kind of all rolls into one at the same time? Oh, hold on one second, Mike. 2. Okay, now go.
I had 2 older daughters that played too, so I got more experience with them. I'm probably a little bit better at it now than I was then. You can tell when the dad comes out in me. If I go out to a mound visit, I tell everybody else to stay back. That's dad talk.
That's dad talking.
If I bring everybody in, it's coach talk. So there's a few moments. And then she kind of understands the game. If she hears stuff at home, that, hey, that's coach talk and just leave it, forget it. But do a pretty good job now. If game's over, can't change it. So move on and, try to make the game enjoyable so that they want to keep playing. And I don't know. I can do a better job, I'm sure. But like I said, the girls probably know that moment too.
Oh,
they
yeah.
can tell that, it's dad's talking to Molly.
If
I coach everybody like I coach her, we'd probably be better. I'm a little rougher on her.
Do the older 2 ever, when they're back at home, do they ever be like, where was it? Were we just the test dummies? I mean, do they see that maybe you've gotten better at maybe, defining lines?
Yeah, I think so. They definitely, if I would have done that, you would have just went ballistic on me and you didn't say anything to Molly. And I'm like, well, Molly's been around longer. She knows.
There you go. Well, Coach Hicks, good luck in your it's not your first year head coaching, but your first year at Apollo. Coach Julian, good luck. Ladies, let's everybody stay healthy and good luck on the upcoming season. Riley, Ty, good luck. Stay healthy. Love to see you on the football field. Ty, just, putting that bug in your ear too. And for the future, Dave Clark's always like, that guy would make a good tight end. This might, but I'm just giving you this heck. But good luck on the upcoming season, guys, as we'll be right back with more Southwire Baseball Softball Media Day presented by Owensboro Health.
This is Travis Holtry from Foreman Watson Holtry. I recognize that there is a stigma against personal injury lawyers, and I understand that stigma because of some of the ways that personal injury lawyers portray themselves. But at Foreman Watson Holtry, we are real people helping real people with their injuries. We are your one call for injury law. Foreman Watson Holtry, dedicated to you, committed to justice. FWHlegal.com.
Kentron Manufacturing is hiring. We're looking for entry-level associates who are dedicated and drug-free. In business over 50 years, we offer insurance, paid holidays, vacation, and a clean, controlled environment. Apply in person at 610 Industrial Drive. Kentron is an equal opportunity employer.
At Davis County Teachers Federal Credit Union, our priority is you with mobile banking, free financial tools, and a team that listens. We're here to help you grow. Visit us at 1900 Southeastern Parkway in Owensboro. Davis County Teachers Federal Credit Union. By the people, for the people.
When you're looking for the perfect place to eat, drink, and have a blast, head to Mr. B's Pizza and Wings in Owensboro. Dive into hot, fresh-made pizzas, bowl wings, and all your favorite game day classics. And now take the fun even further at Club 18 Golf, the indoor golf experience right inside Mr. B's. Bring your friends, book a bay, and swing through world-famous courses while enjoying great food and cold drinks. It's the ultimate night out with great eats, great swings, all under one roof. Mr. B's Pizza and Wings in Club 18 Golf, right on Highland Point Drive, where Owensboro comes to play. Need electrical services? Call Bailey Electric, serving Western Kentucky since 2002. We handle commercial, agricultural, and residential needs. With over 50 years of experience, we're licensed, insured, and ready to help. Bailey Electric, your trusted local electricians.
Are you looking for an unbeatable quote on home, life, or auto insurance? Contact Kyle Colberth or Sarah Brown with Kentucky Farm Bureau in Hallsville. Their prices are second to none and the service is spot on. Located at 445 Halls Boulevard in Hallsville. Go see them for all your insurance needs.
Step into sports country and let your game day spirit soar. From autographed jerseys to retro memorabilia, we've got the gear to turn your space into a true fan haven. Sports Country, located right behind Shammy's Car Wash on Park Plaza Drive, Owensboro's ultimate destination for sports enthusiasts. Looking for quality tools, building supplies, and equipment for your next project? Visit Miller Building Supply, Seabury Hardware and Rental, or the Providence Home Center. Owned and operated by Opie and Leslie Parrish, they have a friendly staff with great selection and everything you need to make your next home improvement dream a reality.
let's get back to the interviews of Southwire Baseball Softball Media Day, presented by Owensboro Health, here on 102.7 The Game.
It's Southwire Baseball Softball Media Day presented by Owensboro Health. Vic Evans in the Floor Concept Studios. A big thanks to all of our great sponsors, L&I Insurance, Kyle Colbert, Kentucky Farm Bureau, Gino's Pizza, and Ace Hardware Livermore. Without all the great sponsors from top to bottom, we couldn't put these events on the way we'd like to put them on. So make sure that when you're spending the money on businesses that are supporting the local high school athletes. And when we talk about dean of coaches, I mean, listen, when you got 1,000, when you asked me where you could sit, coach, or what you were, I wanted to say, I was like, you've won 1,000 games. You can sit wherever you want. You know, does it there, you know, you're into whatever season this is. I think it's your, I don't know what, 45th, 50th, whatever it is, coaching. I mean, it's you still have to enjoy getting up, or you wouldn't do it. I mean, you could do whatever you wanted. You know, 2-time state champion and won a state championship at different schools. Like I said, 1,000 wins. You still have to love to get up and go interact with these young guys every day and teach the game of baseball, or you wouldn't do it. Talk about what is it about the game of baseball that has just drawn you in for 50 years?
Well, first of all, God's good. He's allowed me to be 41 years.
Okay.
He's given me a wife that is the greatest assistant head coach you ever saw.
I've met her a few times.
At least she tells me she's the assistant, and for 44 years now, I believed it, but I'm starting to understand she's really the head coach, especially around the house.
Is she your biggest critic sometimes?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, why you got him there? But no, I enjoy it. I really do. I think it keeps me young. I still try to throw batting practice. They laugh at me sometimes, but I enjoy throwing batting practice. I enjoy youth. And as long as I can do it, I want to do it.
Well, I mean, I mean, it's like I said, it's always a pleasure to watch it and getting to know you over the years, and even the text we get back and forth on trivia question. And get a trivia question. If I know a new trivia question's come out, I probably got it from you, Coach Hamilton. But you know, this is a team that had a really nice year last year. A tough loss and a great game in the regional semifinals. I mean, that's one that I've always said the losses stay with you a lot longer than wins do. But this is a team, if you know, to take another step forward and go back to, you know, winning a regional. You guys have won 3 out of 4 years. You know, what's one thing you think that this team overall needs to do better than maybe it did last year as a team?
Well, I think playing the schedule that we're going to play this year, it's going to allow us to get older quicker. You know, last year in the regional semifinals, we started 5 freshmen.
Yeah, I think people forget that.
Yeah, and to lose by 1 run in extra innings, and we showed our immaturity. We made some mistakes, but we're still relatively a young team. And I think playing Trinity twice, St. X, there's some of the other guys. Greenwood's really good this year. Southwarren's really good. We go to Florida and play Arnold High School, who was in the state championship down there in their largest class. So I think the schedule that we have is going to help us. We'll take some lumps, but hopefully it's a learning experience and we get better from it.
You know, I know you're not a guy that's going to look at press clippings, but there's a lot of polls out there that got you guys in the top 15 in the state. And I know that's not, you know, something that it's all noise there. You've always been about what goes on, you know, getting better each and every day. But it also tells you that there's a lot of talent and baseball talent, or people think there's a lot of baseball talent there. How would you grade your team's offseason so far? You know,
we've had 2 great off seasons so far, and we're in our 3rd now. But fall was really good. We didn't have our football players, so that allowed the other guys to get more reps. And then in the wintertime, the basketball players weren't there, which we don't have many this year, but they haven't been there with us, and so it's allowed the other guys to come in and get reps. And right now we have everybody with our 2 basketball players.
You know, it's a team probably looking at last year, you know, returns a lot of innings pitched that threw for you last year, you know, with Barrett and Jackson White and Atwell, you know, guys that ate up some innings for you at different spots. Maybe you lost some guys offensively. Is this a team that you need some young guys to step forward at the plate for you for this team to reach its ceiling? And I know they will, but is this a team that you just need some young guys to step up into some new roles offensively to help this team reach its ceiling?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You talked about our pitching coming back. We have three really stable, solid guys with Barrett and Jackson White and Lane Hundley.
Forgot about Lane. I didn't forget about him.
Yeah. If we can get out of these next four guys, if we could, Gentry is, 6'8" and 240 now. If he comes on, he may be the key. Everybody knows him as Brady's little brother, but he is not little.
He's not little. Not little.
You will not miss him when he walks by you.
Yeah.
Then, of course, Miles Grant from basketball, and Walker Crabtree, and Chase Keller should all Mason Russellberg coming over would help. So we have five other guys other than those three guys that could really help us out. Younger guys on offense have to come and they have to get better, which I think they will just because they're more experienced and they don't have the pressure that they had last year.
You were talking that you started five freshmen. You look at, Tucker and Jude Evans and your catcher last year that caught pretty much the whole year after Brady got hurt was a freshman that people forget. I mean, you've got a lot of guys that got a lot of experience in some big roles last year that, now it should be second nature for them.
Yeah, we're hoping so. And they're all good athletes. They're really good athletes, and hopefully they can use their athletic ability to get better and do the things they're capable of doing, not trying to do something that they're not capable of.
In your years of coaching, have you seen that is maybe the hardest thing to get through somebody's head is to stay and play within yourself at a young, it's hard to do at a young age. They all want to hit the home run in a big spot, but maybe all I needed was a fly ball to left field or a base hit the other way. Is that the hardest thing to make young kids understand?
Well, a lot of times the younger you are, you don't listen. And it seems to me you just turn them loose and let them go out there and fail, which they're going to. It's a tough game, really tough game, probably the hardest game there is to play as far as, doing the skills that you have to do. But if you let them fail, then you come and try to talk to them and coach them, they'll listen a little bit better. But let them fail usually at a young age.
What is it about these two that you wanted to bring here today to Media Day with Mason Moser? The guy who's played a lot of baseball for you in big spots, I know, in regional tournaments and in state tournaments with some big hits, through the things. And then, of course, Barrett, has been a guy that's either on the mound or, coming up with a big home run at the state tournament. These are guys that come through for you guys in the big spots. But what about them individually that you want to bring them to Media Day?
They're the two best-looking guys we got, so I just thought they'd look – no, not really. But
I'll say this:
I'm telling you, they're true baseball players. You can put them in any position, and they will go out there and they'll have an idea how to play. Mm-hmm. They might not have the skill to play shortstop, but they can both play it. You put them at second, third, short, catch. They can both catch. They can play 9 positions. Now, they have an idea just because they're so baseball smart that they can move to where the hitter's going to hit it before it's hit. So they know how to cheat a little bit. And they don't get rattled. I mean, these two guys are the calmest guys you've ever seen. And hopefully it rubs off on the other guys. And, of course, we're going to have another Evans or two throw a bat here and there. But,
well, if
these don't do it.
If you can coach Barrett for 4 years, then, Coach, you got another 25 years in you. That's all I know.
If I had a team full of these guys every year, I'd coach forever. They're easy. Then they just show up and play and have fun and let the chips fall. And if they make mistakes, they just go to the next pitch.
Well, we'll go down here to Barrett. I'll have you swing that microphone over down here to Barrett. And, I've interviewed in a lot of different aspects. First time I've had you at Media Day. But, you've played for a bunch of different guys and a bunch of different coaches. I mean, this is a guy that's won over 1,000 games and the dean of coaching throughout the state of Kentucky, as good as there has been, a Hall of Famer. What's it like playing for him? And talk about just what you've learned from him in the last few years.
I feel like when you first start, it's kind of hard. Feel like you don't really know much just because his terms of baseball is a lot different than what most coaches talk about. But I feel like he's probably the smartest coach I've ever played for. I mean, you get in a situation where it's like we talk about all the time. We're at first base, all right, you hit a ground ball, move him over, and the next thing you know, we scored a run. It's like you can't go to another coach and expect that. They just tell you to go up there and hit it.
Yeah.
And I feel like with the way that we have played the past couple of years, it's probably – I mean, heck, we've won, 3 out of 5 years, we've won 30 games. I mean, it's kind of hard to do that. And I feel like we got a lot more in us, and like this year's going to be a little bit different.
You know, as a guy that does both pitching and hitting, is it the big strikeout or the big hit? Is it the strikeout with the tying run at third, or is it the driving in, the go-ahead run from third that gets the heart pumping a little more for you?
I would say on the mound, I feel like I'm a different animal on the mound than I am in the box, but I've always loved pitching, and I think when I finally when Jody came over here and started coaching, the way we pitch around people and pitch backwards is a lot different. Makes the game a little bit more fun.
You know, and you know, a guy that's played multiple sports, you've been very successful on the football field. You know, what have you tried to take that you've learned on the football field and how you play football and incorporate it into your baseball game? Or has there been anything?
I think my attitude, just from like getting thrown in the wolves when I was a younger kid. I mean, playing my 8th grade year under him and a team all full of 13 seniors, you kind of feel like you got to play like they do. And it's like, in a sense, where like in football, like I took my attitude from what I have in baseball to football, and it's like, just be calm and just play the sport. I mean, calmer you are, the better you're going to be. And everybody's all tense and everything. You can't play anything.
I mean, Jody's a teddy bear compared to Matt. I mean, come on now. You grew up with Matt Evans as his dad. I mean, that guy's easy to play for, evidently. It's a teddy bear.
No, his son's different. His son will rip me.
Well, you must like him enough. You're going to play for him next year. There you go. You just can't get away from the Hamilton family. But, I mean, you know, and not because we're related or anything, but, you know, a great home life with parents that have been very supportive. Talk about what they've meant to you through the years and what they've sacrificed. I mean, it's a big family with a lot of kids and a lot of people going different ways. Just talk about, and especially like mom, you know, what mom means. You know, I know what you know, Matt has done as far as coaching and stuff, but, you know, mom's kind of in the background a little bit. Talk about that support system of mom at home.
Yeah, first thing, after every game or practice, she makes me call her every time. So that's one thing. And I also think, like, she didn't make it to all my games when I was younger just because we were traveling everywhere. And Dad was coaching the team, so he was always there. She was always running around with all the younger kids and taking Tucker places. So she's a big support in my life, and especially, like, with going to Brescia, she didn't want me to leave from home. So that was also another easy thing to say, like, I'm going there now. But she's really not happy with me moving out, but other than that, she's actually been like one of my biggest supporters. I mean, she calls me, she comes to every game she can, and now she's working her butt off to keep food on the table. So it's been really good.
Well, the great thing is you tell her, Mom, I'll still call you after every practice. Just make sure you still do that. And playing with your brother, you know, you guys play up together. So, you know, have you thought about this is the, you know, until like maybe he ends at Brescia down the line, this is the, you know, you guys have played a lot of baseball together, either at the high school level, and I know at different levels, but also on your same rec teams and things of that nature. You know, how's that? Have you looked at that and been like, ooh, this is the last year Tucker and I are going to be playing together?
Yeah, I think about it all the time. And I also think, like, it's just another competition with it. I mean, it makes me better. I mean, the other day he almost hit a home run off me, and it's like, man, he's like 3 years younger than me. It happens, but
here's the good thing: it didn't go out, because if it did, you never hear the end of it.
I'll never hear the end of it
because he trash talks a little more than you do.
Oh, he does.
Let's go down here to Mason and a guy that's had a great career so far at Owensboro Catholic, coming up in some big spots and coming up with some big hits. You know, but looking at last year, what's something that you want to do better this year than you did last year as a whole?
Shoot. I'd say driving in some more runners.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, just taking advantage of certain situations at the plate, in the field. Just limit the mistakes, really.
You know, you guys, as Coach Hamilton talked about, you know, with Barrett and with Jackson White and with Hundley and with that, well, I mean, some big-time arms coming back. It's got to seem like when you get in the games, after you get through this area where you're having to face your own pitching staff a lot, it's got to seem like a piece of cake with what you see every day in practice.
It really is. Barrett, Jay White, Lane, you got a lot of guys that are really good. So, I mean, when we're doing inter squads, it's competition.
Who's the funniest guy on the team? Who's the guy that can, you know, Coach Hamilton, he walks out of the locker room and you guys are all in there. It's been a bad practice. You haven't played well. Who's the guy that can crack a joke and make everybody kind of relax a little bit?
I'd probably say Barrett.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me. He's a little bit of a clown.
Probably say Barrett, yeah.
Who's the worst clown? Who's the worst driver of the team? Who's the guy you wouldn't ride with?
Alex Hood.
Hold hold on now. I could be wrong, but isn't his dad an insurance guy? Like, maybe that's why he got in that business. He knows how young teenagers drive. Is that what it is? You know, and
I get.
I mean, is this a team that can get back and win another regional title?
Sure. We just gotta get a gritty.
If you think there's one, you know, for it to reach its ceiling, you know, give me one guy that maybe we don't know now that could help this team reach a ceiling if he reaches his ceiling this upcoming season. Who's the one guy there that you think, hey, if we can just get this out of him, all of a sudden we're really, really good?
Jake Murphy.
Okay. I like that one. Another guy, another name, another guy that has played well at times and in spots have really played well. I can remember, you know, the shortstop getting hurt in the regional championship game and literally his first at bat, and Murphy just steps in and plays well. So that's interesting. What does Mason like to do when he's not playing baseball and you just want to relax? What's your kind of decompression that you like to do?
Hang out with my buddies a lot. I mean, normal stuff, normal high school activities.
There you go. Talk about Coach Hamilton. He's been there a long time and been in this game a long time. When he got there, you know, what's he meant to you since he's been there?
Oh, I mean, he's meant a lot. He's taught me a ton about baseball and about just being a man, having a good attitude. You know, I made a lot of mistakes over my years. And he's
over my years. How old are you? 17, 18?
18.
Okay.
I mean my playing years since I've been playing.
I was going to say, because you got a lot more mistakes to make. Trust me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure.
But you be able to fall back on what you learned from him. Have you ever had that moment where he gets done with the talking to you and you're like, he's gone senile. What's he talking about? You know, I don't understand what he's talking about. But I guarantee you when you're 40 and you got 2 kids, you'll understand it then.
Yeah. I mean, love him to death. Love playing for him. But, you know, gotta listen to what he's saying. What he's talking about. He's coaching the state. So
there you go. I can agree with that. Without 100%. We'll jump down here to Coach Phelps, and you know, back again in Owensboro, California, in a year that you guys, you know, looking at your off season so far. Are you happy with the off season that your team's had, and the things that you wanted to work on over the off season?
Team looks different a little bit this year, but we got to be outside quite often with the weather. So we got a lot of time in the off season, and then January was real nice. She was outside again before the snow. We were outside quite a few days. So that always helps when you get on the field and get a head start.
You know, you're looking at last year overall, you know, you guys at the year you had last year, what were some things that you felt like you had to do better? If you're going to take another step forward, and of course, you know, it's the big monster on the top of the hill, the 6-time, you know, regional champion in Davis County, you know, to get there and give you their best shot. What's some things you guys have to do better this year than maybe you did last year as a team?
I think just playing together. I think the biggest part with this team here is them understanding where they are as a team. And we talk quite a bit about, you know, controlling the controllables, what you can control, you know, doing your part, you know. So I think that part, and then just because we're young, we're a lot younger this year than we have been in the past, I guess. But this team's pretty driven. I do like a lot about this team because teams in the past you've had to maybe motivate some of them to play, and this group right here, a lot younger players, but they're all driven. I really enjoy being around these ladies.
You know, as a coach, sometimes when you get a young team like that, when you've had a couple of years of it, can rejuvenate you. And not that we don't always work on, you know, I mean, baseball and softball are fundamental stuff we work on every day. But when you get a young team like that, have you felt like it's rejuvenated you and the coaching staff a little bit too? That you got to go back to a little bit more basics than maybe what you do when you have a senior laden team?
It's definitely, we've done that. You know, we've had players in the past where you knew you could work on different aspects of the game because you had an older team and you knew position-wise, they knew where to be at on the field defensively. They knew how to play the game, small ball game, whatever it is. But when you have a younger team, it's just going back over every detail, you know, where the small things matter. And so we've kind of really put an emphasis on that. And we've spent a lot of time on some of that stuff going on.
These 3 ladies you brought with today, what was it about these 3, you know, that you wanted to make sure they were here at Media Day with you today?
Experience. That's the biggest thing. Plus one senior, only senior we have, Taylor, and then our two juniors, only two juniors we have on the team this year.
Oh, there you go.
So that always helps.
We'll go down here too, Taylor. I'll have you slide that mic over there in front of you there. And, the only senior on the team, I mean, coming from a program that has been a traditional power throughout the state, I mean, it's got to be, how was it? Was it easier for you? Or did you have to learn it? I have to take a little bit more. Some people, it's just natural leaders, and it's really easy. When you're the senior, it just kind of flows out of them. Or was that something you had to make a conscious effort that I'm the lone senior, and I got to be a little bit more of a vocal leader? Was that natural, or is that something you have to work on all the time to do?
It was something that came natural a little bit, but me personally, I'm like a really quiet person. So I knew this year I would definitely have to be like loud but I feel like last year I grew my relationship with a lot of the younger players. And I think that just playing with them, they trust me a lot. And I just want them to know like I'm there for them throughout everything and that I'm always there if they need me.
How that can be difficult for the lone senior too, because when you're talking about, depending on how young they are, they could be 14, 15, maybe even 16 years old. You're now 18, almost turning 19. It's not a huge age gap, but it's a big maturity gap at times. How much were you cognizant of trying to make those relationships because it was such younger girls?
I don't know. I just tried to be like the big sister on the team and just like let them know that I'm there for them. Whenever I was playing, it didn't really matter about like how old they were or anything like that. It was just we loved each other, we trusted each other, and we just became really good friends.
I'm going to ask you, you got to grade the offseason so far. A to F, give me a grade on how you felt like the offseason's gone so far.
I think it's gone really good. I think we have been working on what we need to work on, and we've done a lot more hitting during the offseason, and we're working on what we need to work on as a team.
Tell me something about Lily I need to know before I ask her any questions. I mean, she's one of the juniors and one of the one of the leaders of the team too, as being the upperclassman. Tell me something about her I need to know before I ask her a question.
I don't know. She's a really fun person to be around.
Okay.
She's super outgoing, and I think she brings a lot of joy to the team.
Well, we'll ask, coming off a nice year last year, hit 289 last year, 4 home runs, 16 RBIs. What was something that you were looking to improve on from last year to this year? Was there anything that stands out?
Definitely my mental game. I can definitely improve that. I think last year was a little bit of a struggle for me since I didn't have that good of a year at the plate. But I think this year I'm definitely trying to improve on my mental game.
I think a lot of coaches would take 289. I mean, it sounds like you're a little bit hard on yourself at times, but I'll ask you the same thing, Taylor. Give me a grade so far of how you think this. No, for Lily, I asked Taylor this. What would your grade be for this all season? Give me an A to F that you think of how the all season's gone so far.
I think we're really working hard. I think a lot of our girls have drive, and the younger ones especially, that us three are good people to look up to, and I think they need that kind of leadership. And I think we're all working pretty hard.
Is there a pitcher in the region that's giving you the most fits? Like, when you're struggling a little bit, you'd rather see anybody else but her? Is there somebody that had your number out there?
I would say all of them. I mean, they're all struggles at times. It just depends really. But I think I have respect for them all. And I think they're all really good pitchers and not really.
This was a team, runner-up in the district. You went to the regional tournament, lost the first game of the regional tournament. Do you feel like this is a team that maybe is getting overlooked a little bit, that, so much focus on, Davis County and Meade, that this team has got the ability to surprise some people and make, not only get to the regional tournament, but win some games there?
Yeah, I definitely think so, because I think we have a lot of talent. And although we are a young team, everybody has their own good ways in them. And I think we work together really well. So I think so.
I was going to ask you who the worst drivers of the team, but you're probably really young. Y'all don't have many drivers. Oh, it is Emma, huh? That's really quickly. There wasn't maybe a whole lot of them were driving on the team, but that's that one. What does Lily like to do when she gets a chance to relax a little bit and decompress? Is there anything that you like to do that is
really just hanging out with my friends and shopping, really.
Shopping.
That's basically what I do.
Right. Are you one of those? Is it an expensive shopping habit, a middle of the road shopping habit, or are you a cheap shopper?
All
All three. Just depend on the mood. Yeah. There you go. Dad would probably tell you you're an expensive shopper. And let's go down here to Emma. And, another one, like you said, it's a young team, but a good core here. Talk about the relationship you have with Lily and Taylor of being the upperclassmen here for Calicut softball.
I think we have a good relationship. We all clicked really well. So.
They seemed pretty quick to answer that you were the worst driver. You want to defend your honor here, or are they right?
I think I'm the best driver.
You think you're there? You go. All right, there you go.
I don't know.
Talk about I've always said for the outsider looking in, I think sometimes it's a misnomer of how much what Catholic high school means when you go there as a student, and what it means for that the faith, the whole faith-based education you get. Talk about that a little bit of what it's mean for you growing up and going to these Catholic schools and the family atmosphere that you see every day at Calicut, and what makes it maybe a little bit different than your average high school.
I mean, I've gone there my whole life, so it really has a big impact on my life, and everything is based around God. And I don't know, I think it impacts a lot in my life, and it's a good family and a good place to be, a good place to grow up.
Okay. What do you like to do to relax and fun? I mean, we got one down there shopping, one's just hanging out with friends. What's Emma doing?
I like to hang out with friends too.
Do you? Big movie person? I mean,
Yeah, I am a big movie person. I like movies.
Do you like to go to the movie theater, or do you watch at home on like Netflix or things, or do you enjoy going old school movie theater?
I like the movie theater.
Do you? Okay, we got a nice one here in town. I know that. So, who's the funny one of the group so far?
Probably Lily.
No, I can see that. I can see that. She's got that type of personality. How good can this team be? Is this a team that can compete for the regional title?
I think so. We just have to just give our all and be positive, and know that we're younger and we're the underdogs, but we can beat these teams.
And I'll ask Coach Phelps, and I'll come back for one more for Coach Hamilton. But they talk about and not saying it's better and or worse, but it is a different atmosphere at Calicut. You've been there a long time. You went to school there. Talk about that family atmosphere, that being able to bring the church and what's important to to Catholics into your education, and everything it's all there. That's got to be something that you enjoy being a part of still every day.
Definitely. You see that. You see it in the young ladies. You see it in everybody at the school when you're around the school. Just the way they treat each other, being around one another. You don't see as many separate groups. Everybody's kind of together. So it kind of makes you feel a little bit better about all the decisions you made.
And Coach, same thing. You coached at a couple different places, won state titles at two different schools, and talk about the family atmosphere that you felt like being a part of there at Calicut, and what makes it so special.
It is definitely special. When you walk the hallways, and it's just different from a public school. It is a special place. The kids all. If you ask one thing, the next guy's going to say the same thing, and they could be across the room. They're that tight that they know each other that well. It's a small school, as you know. There's not very many students there, but probably not enough to start a good fight. But it is a special place. It is definitely a special place.
Some changes. I was going to say some changes in your staff this year, and I've heard that all of a sudden you had like a lefty pitching coach that had a pretty good career throughout his life. I mean, talk about the staff changes that you got coming into at this year.
This may be the best coaching staff we've had since I've been there, and we've had some good ones. But bringing Justin Marks on has really helped. Just his knowledge and his mental, the way he sees things mentally. We have your cousin Keith.
Well, that's the worst hire you've ever made, Coach. That's all I can tell you.
I'm telling you, he's got energy.
He was my right-hand man for 20 years. You can't find a better right-hand man. I know that. So there you go.
Yeah, then we have two new young boys. One you may know, Sam McFarland, who played for me as a senior.
Yep.
He forego his last year at KW, and he's on board now. And the other one's a boy doing his he's kind of helping coach us. He's going to do our freshman teams. Dylan Lappick, he's a left-handed pitcher, been around the country a little bit, and going to be really good. Both those guys could be really good head coaches someday.
Well, I'll tell you. I was going to say, I'll tell you one thing about Keith. You will not find anybody more intense in a game and in the dugout. The intensity level that guy will bring is off the charts.
No, and he brings a lot of faith to us too.
Yes,
he'll do the stuff that we need to make sure is done. And but you can't sell Mitchell Sims. He's a big help. And Nick Blair, big help. And yeah, my running buddy over there at first base coaching box, we might be the oldest tandem in the history of coaching high school baseball.
On the field? I think I was going to say, it's a lot of years there.
It's a lot of years. It's a lot of years with age-wise anyway. So hopefully we can stay together. Did I leave anybody out? I think I said them all.
I'll tell you what is so funny about Perry is this has been Perry's last year for the last 25 years. Like every year, I'm done after this year. I'm done after this year. For the last 25 years, he's been getting out.
That's what he told me. He said, when you're done, I'm done.
There you go.
So we'll just have to wait and see. we're both on year-to-year contracts.
Well, there you go. Well, hey, hopefully many more years for you health-wise and everything else, because I think as long as you're healthy, you'll be out there doing it. They're going to carry you out on catching gear. Like, those Greek soldiers went out on the shore, went out on their shields. They're going to carry you out on a chest protector is how that's going to work.
It'll be tricky. My wife might not allow it, but we've had a great career.
Hey,
we really have.
Oh, well, guys, go ahead.
I'd like to say thank you guys you guys have made, the sports here like no place else. You go to the Lexington area and you don't hear anything about high school sports. And it's basically UK, no matter what it is. It's UK basketball or all year long. And you just don't hear what you hear from high school sports. You guys do a tremendous job, and you're a great asset to the boys.
Well, we appreciate that. I think my favorite part about this is I think sometimes we look at them as athletes and we forget that they're great young men and women with a lot of different talents. And that's what I love about Media Day, where people throughout the region can see, the personalities and that they're just more than, some dumb jock somewhere playing on both the men's side and the women's side. The amount of young leaders, I always say as we get older, you get a little more cynical, but getting to interview these players throughout the years in different sports, we've got to grow out a lot of great young leaders in this country going forward.
I did forget one guy.
Okay.
Jonathan Patton.
All right.
He's been a great asset too. He's got a lot of energy. He can, anything you need done, he's going to get it done. He's doing our JV team again this year.
Well, there you go. But as he said, a great coaching staff keeps you young too. Go out there and get all those young guys with energy. Keeps you young. Coach Phelps, good luck this upcoming season. The ladies, stay healthy. Have a big season. We appreciate you guys coming here. We'll let you get back and get out. We had you guys going last, so it's been a long day. I'm sure you probably got practice coming up. Here you go. But I'll be back. We'll have an interview with Muhlenberg County when we come back. Coach Brody couldn't make it. I was able to interview earlier. We'll play that. And we're going to get Jacqueline from Owensboro Health to come on and talk about why they like being such a great partner of this. This is Softball Baseball Media Day presented by Owensboro Health.
Experience ultimate control and peace of mind with Labor Management Federal Credit Union's Secure Lock Equip, an easy-to-use mobile app that allows you to protect your credit and debit cards in real time. Turn your card on or off. Customize permissions as needed to prevent fraud and control spending. Visit lmfcu.net for details. Powered to protect with Secure Lock Equip at Labor Management Federal Credit Union member NCUA.
Need insurance you can count on? Jeff Johnson with L&I Insurance has you covered. From auto and home to life and business. Local service, personalized coverage, competitive rates. Call Jeff Johnson with L&I Insurance today and get protected the right way. L&I Insurance, protection you can trust.
Ace Hardware Livermore has everything you need for all the jobs you do. We offer Craftsman, DeWalt, and Milwaukee power tools. We are also a full-line lumber and building material store. Ace Hardware Livermore, the place for all your hardware, building, and farming needs.
Looking for a bank that truly puts you first? At Sacramento Deposit Bank, we've been serving our communities with hometown care for over a century. From personal checking and savings to business loans, mobile banking, and more, we make managing your money simple and stress-free. You'll always talk to someone who knows your name. So whether you're saving for the future or chasing a dream, we're here to help you every step of the way. Visit sdbky.com or stop by one of our local branches today. Sacramento Deposit Bank, where banking feels like family. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Got a pizza craving? Come on down to Gino's Pizza in Livermore. Proudly owned by Matt and Carrie Huff. Enjoy mouthwatering pizzas made with the freshest ingredients. Come see us at 405 East 7th Street or give us a call, 270-278-5121. Gino's Pizza, your local pizza hotspot.
Your home, your car, your family's future. Protect what matters most with reliable coverage you can trust. We offer home, auto, business, and life insurance tailored to you. Call Drew Young for a free quote at the Insurance Group in Owensboro, 812-608-0649.
Owensboro Health Cardiothoracic Surgery welcomes Dr. Jeffrey Silver to its team of experts for the most advanced heart and lung surgery right here close to home. Visit owensborohealth.org/CT surgery.
Kentron Manufacturing is hiring. We're looking for entry-level associates who are dedicated and drug-free. In business over 50 years, we offer insurance, paid holidays, vacation, and a clean, controlled environment. Apply in person at 610 Industrial Drive. Kentron is an equal opportunity employer.
Honoring someone with an award, plaque, trophy, or just a unique gift? Then there is no better place to check out than the Trophy House. With their new location at 325 Park Plaza, they have everything you need to honor someone. Nick Clemens will help you with all your award needs.
The Owensboro Health Neurosurgery team welcomes Dr. Keith Preston, who provides advanced surgical treatment of the brain, spine, and back. For expert care close to home, visit owensborohealth.org/neurosurgery.
Looking for a financial partner you can trust? Look no further than Green River Area Federal Credit Union. Whether you're saving for the future, buying a new home, or need a loan, we've got you covered with competitive rates and personalized service. Join the community that cares about your financial well-being. Visit Green River Area Federal Credit Union at one of our 3 locations in Henderson, Greenville, or Owensboro and experience the difference today. Your money, your future, your credit union. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Let's get back to the interviews of Southwire Baseball Softball Media Day, presented by Owensboro Health, here on 102.7 The Game.
It's Southwire Baseball Softball Media Day, presented by Owensboro Health. We were able to catch up with Coach Brody on the phone last night, as they were not able, because they had to go back to school today with the snow days they missed. Muhlenberg County was back in school, but I was able to catch up with Coach Brody. Here's that interview right now. It's Southwire Baseball Softball Media Day, presented by Owensboro Health. Vic Evans in the Floor Concept Studios here. We're going to jump on the Green River Area Federal Credit Union hotline and get brand new Muhlenberg County head baseball coach Will Brody. Coach Brody, thanks for joining us.
It's a pleasure to be here, Mick. Vic.
You know, I know it's tough. It's the time that we're, President's Day, we always have media. It kind of falls right as you start. Everybody starts to tryouts, and you guys have got school that was re-canceled or re-put on because of some snow. So we do thank you to taking this opportunity and jumping on and talking a little Muhlenberg County Mustang baseball. My first big question is, you're moving over one chair in the dugout. How's that adjustment been so far?
It's not as easy as Greg Shelton made it look.
That's the way it always is, right?
I mean, no, definitely, it's definitely not. But it's fun. It's been fun. It's been fun having my my coaching staff there along with me the entire way. It's nice having my dad as an assistant coach, my brother as an assistant coach, and Kevin Gettings as well. So I mean, they've made my life a lot easier. All the way around. My dad's had 20 plus years of coaching experience, and KG's been around baseball for a long time. So they definitely make it easy on me.
And anytime a new coach comes on board, and even great programs, because I've always said, for the last 20 years, I would consider Muhlenberg County to be a baseball school now. I mean, with a couple of regional titles, they're always right up there at the top of the 10th district and competitive in the region, if not one of the best teams in the region. But every new coach kind of wants to put their stamp on a program. When you got started, was there anything in particular that you said, hey, this is what I want my program to be, not saying that it's, good, bad, or indifferent compared to somebody before that, but every coach has some adjustments that they want to make. What were a couple of yours?
I don't know if there's necessarily adjustments that really need to be made within this program. I mean, we've had some fantastic coaches, Ken Carver starting Brad Ruggles, who took us to two state tournaments, Adam Locke, Greg Shelton. I mean, there's a lot of good things that have gone on in this program, and hopefully will continue to go on in this program. And it's just about getting these kids to love each other and respect one another. And ultimately, if they do that, and then we get on the baseball field and play against some get to play against some people, then we have a mutual respect. And I think if we can do that, we're growing them out as young men, learning how to be around other people respectfully. I mean, that's the goal, right? I mean, and the goal's to win too. But I mean, we're trying to grow young men, and I think keeping sight of that is the main goal for me.
Oh, without a doubt. You know, and so, you know, you look back into the workouts preseason, you kind of get into practice, you know, coming up. I know a lot of times, teams are always working out. It's, you know, it's one of those where it can't be mandatory and stuff. But how have workouts gone so far? And do you like the growth of the steps that you guys are taking?
Oh man, it's been fantastic. We've got a group of kids that just show up and work their hind ends off. And we've got great parents that are there to support too, and making sure that these kids are getting to our practices that are non-mandatory. And we're working out 3 to 4 days a week in the morning before school, and parents are getting their kids there. And you know, again, like you said, it's all optional. So having the numbers that we've had come out, it's been nice. They're ready to get after each other, though. I think they're all ready to play.
Yeah, you get to that point where you're tired of beating on each other. And I will say, you said, you know, Coach Shelton made it look easy. Well, the one thing he had was he had 3 big seniors last year in Briggins, Cartwright, and Brannon that went a combined 15-5 with 8 saves between them. And I think the combined ERA was right about 1. That's a lot of production you got to replace on the mound as a new coach. How is the young staff coming along?
We're going to see. I'll tell you, and you know, there's absolutely no replacing those 3 guys.
Right. Not only that, they also were the top 3 hitters on the team. So it's one of those where you got to replace them not only on the mound, but you got to find some production in the offense too.
Yeah, and you know, I don't know. We're just going to have to find a different way to do it. We're just going to have to find our own way to win baseball games. And you know, I think it's going to take us some time to get to that point, and I hope that we're scrappy enough early to still figure out a way to win some baseball games. So I mean, it's part of it. You know, you get good kids leave, and part of having a program and building culture, in my belief, is to make sure that you have more ready to come up.
Yeah, you don't rebuild, you just reload.
And, you know, it's going to be difficult at times, but I think we've got a good group.
You know, I always love to ask coaches at media day, I'm as plugged in as anybody, in the 3rd region in baseball, but there's a lot of casual fans out there. Who are some names maybe that they don't know of Muhlenberg County Mustangs that maybe 3 months from now, you get into the 1st of May and people are either looking up on the scoreboard and getting stats or reading articles about wins? Who are some names we don't know yet about Muhlenberg County that you feel like are going to have maybe a step forward from a young guy last year or somebody, that didn't play last year, or some names that we need to know of when we're thinking of Muhlenberg County baseball?
I mean, we've got a pretty solid core group of seniors, with limited varsity experience,
Right.
Jace Mefford is just lurking, and he's a very hard-working right-handed pitcher, and I think that he's going to turn some eyes this year. Carver Rice last year didn't have a best year, one of his better years. He got hurt, and I think he's a lot better than what stats show. In baseball, it's very black and white.
Right.
Really there's no gray area there. And I do think Carver Rice is an anomaly to that, because I think he is a lot better than what he's shown. And I think he'll turn some eyeballs this year too.
You mentioned Medford. He's probably the guy on the mound that, he comes back leading, returning with 24 innings pitched. Did go 3-2 last year with a 3.5 ERA. Is he one on that young pitching staff that you're hoping that will show the way?
Yeah, I mean he is one of our leaders. He's a big leader in our clubhouse, and he's a great kid. He loves the people that are around him, and he wants the people that are around him to become better. And not just at baseball, just better individuals too. He's a senior, and he does all the things that you would want a senior leader to do. And Carver Rice is right there in the same boat.
And you talked
and-
about your. Go ahead, Coach.
Well, there's one kid I'd like to brag on.
Yeah, go ahead.
We lose Colton Carver last year,
Mhm.
and a very irreplaceable catcher. Very good defensively, pretty good offensively as well. That backs up his defense. And we're without a catcher this year. And I have a senior, Jake Creek, come up to me and kind of tell me he wants the job. And so, him stepping up and our team's needs, I think that goes a long way. And I think it shows your teammates that you care and you want to be there. And, last year he started off the season hitting about 320 over the first 4 weeks, and then went into a little slump. So, I mean, he's going to be somebody that I think guys are going to notice later on in the year as well.
You're down there in the 10th district. It's been very competitive the last few years. McLean, you and McLean are kind of in that same boat with a lot of guys to replace. Ohio County, same thing. I mean, it's a wide open, and it's been a very competitive and a very wide open at times 10th district. Are you looking forward to those first? I know there's a lot between now and then, but as a new coach, you've got to look forward to those matchups with those 10th district teams.
I'm ready for Warren East.
Hey, you've got the coach speak down already, Coach. I mean, you've got that already going for you.
Well, I mean, we've got to take this thing one step at a time, one game at a time, and I'm excited for everything that's going to come this season. And I just think we can't overlook ourselves. We can't overlook other people, and we've got to get ready to go, and we've got to learn from our mistakes from day one. I hope we're a lot better team by the time we play or start district games than we are at the beginning of the year. So,
if I'm correct too, I believe Muhlenberg is the host of the 3rd Region Baseball Tournament this year. So it's got to be one of the goals. And I know, as you say, you want to get better as the season goes on, but nobody likes to host that thing when you're not in it.
Oh no, that would not be ideal. But I think we've got a good enough team that, and I think they're not gonna. Hopefully that they come ready to go, and they're not gonna let that happen.
Is there
I think we've got great guys.
As we're talking to Coach Brody, the new Muhlenberg County Mustang head coach. He's on the Green River Area Federal Credit Union hotline. It's Southwire Baseball Softball Media Day presented by Owensboro Health. You talked about your dad on the staff, your brother on the staff. I know you and your brother both played for Muhlenberg County. Talk about when you got the job, and then it's become a family affair. But when you got that job, what it meant to you to be able to be the head baseball coach at Muhlenberg County?
It's a blessing. It's something that's been a part of my life. My grandfather used to coach American Legion ball for Greenville. My dad was a baseball coach in the county. It's something that means the world to me. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. I love home. It's special. It means more. And hopefully the kids can say the same thing whenever they leave our program. Hopefully they get the same experience that I got.
Was it where you had to recruit them after they got the job, or was it kind of you had it set up that, hey, I'm going to try to get this job, and if I get it, I want you and you? Was it a package deal? Did you know that was going to be out? They were all going to be on the staff?
I think in the back of everybody's head. I knew they were. So I don't think that there was any question there.
I got you. And, as you talked about open up against Warren East, I mean, March 19th, and baseball coaches always say this because of the weather, you can't get it outside as much as you want to, in the early season. Hopefully the weather holds up. But, I mean, you got a countdown clock where you get your first head coaching experience right there against Warren East on March 19th.
It's coming. I know that. I don't have a clock up. It's coming, but it's coming. Well, I would love to get out there and play against each other, against somebody. I'm just ready to see these kids play.
As you talked about, Coach Shelton made it look easy, and that's a guy that's been doing it. I mean, I know, like Coach Shelton was the coach at Franklin Simpson that beat my team in the semi-state my senior year. That's how far back he was coaching. But, can you point to one thing where it didn't have to be anything big or anything major, but just like when you got the head coaching job and you get into it and you're thinking, oh man, I didn't realize this, or I didn't see this coming, or how much time this took up. Was it what was your first moment that you got that was like, hey, welcome to being a high school baseball coach now?
Oh shoot. Just physicals, probably. Just like having to have physicals and making sure that all these kids are in a good place health wise, and like I knew that was always part of the game, but just making sure like keeping all the paperwork close.
I was gonna say that paperwork, people don't realize how much paperwork and like these classes you got to take because the KHSA mandates it. Like the coaching part's the easiest part of the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm ready to do that. I'm ready to get in some games and just do that.
And then our last question, Coach, anytime a coach is, moving into a head coaching, spot, and especially, for his first head coaching job, he's got to have a great support system at home that backs him everything, everything that you do. Talk about that, your family at home and how they, that they're the kind of the unsung heroes for all coaches, and that whole relationship and, what your family's meant to you and how they have supported you in this new job.
Yeah, you're trying to get me emotional.
No, it's important. I don't think people realize that enough. I think there are so many easy, like us in the media and fans in general, you go watch a game and the first thing you want to be like is, oh, he should have done this or done that, or they got rooked here, or this kid's not playing and should be. And we forget sometimes they're just human beings that are out there doing a job to the best of their ability, but there's a lot of sacrifice that has to go on for them to even be able to do that.
Yeah, it's my wife's the best. She does a lot for our family, and having a 14-month-old baby is challenging in itself, and then to do it pretty much single-handedly at times. And my mom and dad are there to help too, and they are massive and making like just allowing me to be a little bit more free with my time with baseball. And geez, Vic, like it's everything. It means more than they'll ever understand, and I'm just grateful that they're willing to make a sacrifice that allows me to do something that I love and help grow young men.
Yeah, I mean, I keep saying I keep getting older and older, and I realize it when guys I coached against when they were playing in high school. I had your brother, I think, played for me with the Oilers one year. Like now, when they're all coaching now, I realize just how old I'm getting.
It goes by a little fast, doesn't it?
Oh, it does. It does. It as a little 14-month, a boy or girl?
Boy.
Okay, I was gonna say. I was gonna say you that way you can just coach him all the way through. You don't have to switch over to softball. So there you go.
That's right. That's right.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for taking a little bit of time with us. Good luck on this season, and good health. And lo and behold, we hope to see you down at the Third Region Tournament while we're all down there covering at Muhlenberg.
Can't wait, Vic.
It's Coach.
I appreciate your time.
Hey, no problem. It's Coach Will Brody, new head coach at Muhlenberg County. When we come back, we'll have more teams, more interviews, more coaches. It's baseball. It's Southwire Baseball Softball Media Day, presented by Owensboro Health here on 102.7 The Game. Big thanks to Coach Brody joining us. I know he hated missing Media Day, but was able to catch up with me yesterday for a recorded interview that got to play. And now I'm being joined by Jacqueline with Owensboro Health. And Jacqueline, we couldn't put on events like this without great partners. And Owensboro Health has been a tremendous partner of ours, not just Media Day, our title sponsor for all our district and third region coverage that you'll be able to buy the live stream if you can't make it. But, and you're here all day long. And I know, I kind of think I know what you're going to say, but like, it's really cool you work for a place that wants to put, their resources into young athletes. And when you get to see how they react at Media Day, then that's really going for a really good cause.
We love it. I mean, like you said, I've been here all day. This is now my second media day with you all. There's nothing like the energy that's in here. It's really cool to come in and support these student athletes. Not only that, but to support the schools that are within the communities that Owensboro Health is honored to serve. We get to come in here. We get to really get to know them. And for Owensboro Health, anything that we can do to support those communities, we want to do that. And sports is one of those things that brings everyone together.
It does.
It really does.
I mean, there's a lot of things that bring us apart in this world nowadays. This is something that can really bring you together.
Yes.
And I think that nothing like it does community-wise quite like high school sports. Not only in this area, in a lot of areas, but especially in this area.
Yeah, well, we've got a talented group of student athletes around here. A lot of history in this area, a lot of pride. I really love it when the student athletes kind of get to going and they get to talk, and you can tell like they are so proud of what their teams have accomplished and what their teams could accomplish this year. It's been really fun to hear them, talk about their coaches and how much they respect their coaches and how much they appreciate their time. And it's a beautiful thing.
And I've always said that the one thing I love about Media Day, and not only on the coaches side, but also the student athlete side, the human side of it, it's easy when you go to watch a game. And I know you go to a lot of them, with Owensboro Health and just, in general, that sometimes we forget, they're just human beings and the things that, they're going to be mistakes made, and there's going to be a strikeout with the tying run at third base, or we give up the hit that the other team wins the game, or we miss the game tying shot. What I love about Media Day is getting to see a little bit of the personality. Right off the top of my head, I think Butler County's coach who talked about how nervous her girls were, and they absolutely killed the interview.
They did.
And it was really nothing about sports, but just to see those personalities, and sometimes as we get older, it's really easy at my age to become the get off my lawn type of guy, or the guy that's like, back in my, this is a soft generation or whatever. And I think you get to see that, this country and our leadership and the young student athletes is in good hands. And I think that's what's great about Media Day is seeing that side of our athletes.
100%. I've been around sports my whole life. I've been an athlete. My daughter is a volleyball player at OHS. Getting to be here and see that, really sports teaches you so much about life. It's one of those things in sports, and any sport you play, you can be a hero one play and humbled the next play. And what an incredible opportunity to teach.
Sounds about like
people.
Life.
It is, yes. You have to have the ability to bounce back. And also, all these great leaders that these coaches are and the administrators at these schools, what great examples for these student athletes on not only how to bounce back from failures in life, but how to properly celebrate success.
There you go.
Act like you've been there, how to respect your opponent, how to have a collective goal, and maybe you have different ideas how to get there. And you talk about the leadership aspect of sports. There's really no greater feeder program into leadership positions in any industry than sports.
Yeah, one of our other great partners, Foreman Watson Holcher, they were a partner on this too. And then, of course, Live at Five Sponsor, I remember doing a podcast with Travis, and he said, even in the law, field, one thing they look at resumes is people that played sports because of the leadership aspect, and they understand what it means to work as a team.
That's right.
And where you come from, Owensboro Health, where it's a huge team,
right?
And with a huge workforce, that's something that you guys have to appreciate too, of just overall teamwork.
100%. And also acknowledging that every person plays a specific role, and every role is important.
Yes.
Some may look different than others. Everyone's not the star quarterback. Someone is the manager, and you know what? That manager's putting in just as much work as that star quarterback is. It just looks different, and you need both of those roles to be successful.
Well, your surgeons there at Owensboro Health,
right.
They have to have great nurses and great
100%.
people all the way through. And if one person doesn't do their role, then the surgeon is unsuccessful. And that's just,
yes.
it all works back together. But I can't thank you enough. I will tell you how big of a hit it's been. We've had bowling contact us, I think track and field, I think volleyball. Everybody's wanting their own. We have to expand these media days to more sports. So that's what kind of hit has been around. But I can't thank you enough for what Owensboro Health and it was a great concept we came up with, but you guys have helped raise the bar. You guys supplied every coach and athlete here with Media Day shirts.
Yes.
We can't thank you enough for helping us take this to another level and trying to provide a true ESPN experience to our local high schools. And we couldn't do it without great help, like with Southwire, our title sponsor, and then what you guys have come on as a presenting sponsor. I can't thank you enough.
Well, it's a privilege for us to be here. Owensboro Health loves to be able to support our communities in really fun and unique ways, and it's just, we enjoy it. We can't wait till next time.
Well, we got July 26th, I think is what it is, for Football Media Day. I'm sure you'll be here.
Oh, yeah.
We'll take a short break. Steve and I will be back in like 30 minutes for Live at 5, and I'll get some honey and some tea. But thanks so much, Jacqueline, as you have been listening to Southwire Baseball Media Day, Softball Media Day, presented by Owensboro Health here on 102.7 The Game.
You have been listening to Southwire Baseball Softball Media Day, presented by Owensboro Health. This has been a broadcast service of Cromwell Media. Remember, your home for Third Region Sports is 102.7 The Game.
Order. The Providence fans that engaged in that kind of behavior, and it was shameful, to be ashamed of themselves. Duncan Powell, he was suspended for 3 games. And for my money, he should have been suspended more games for the rest of the season. As long as Providence had a season this year, he shouldn't be playing. But St. John's referees, well done overcoming that situation. The referees controlling things. And by the way, St. John's wanted to win a basketball game, which they were down before all that happened.
I mean, Freddie, first, though, was he suspended for the foul or for the haircut?
It could have been 6 or 1/2 dozen of the other.
That's what I'm saying.
The haircut was not good, yes.
All right, the first one, my first down here, the slam dunk contest. All right, and I know it's a thing every year that we could do this or we could bust on the slam dunk contest. But here's the thing. The slam dunk contest, it needs to have all stars, all right? Not all players who maybe I've heard of before. It needs to be all stars. It's all-star weekend. You used to have Michael Jordan, Dominique Wilkins, Sean Kemp, Dwight Howard. These are star players who would compete in the slam dunk. Not every year, but some years, it felt like the slam dunk contest was the prize jewel of the weekend, more so than the actual all-star game.